Hi, this is Diana from Screens in Focus, and today's episode is a recording of our weekly live stream, What to Watch This Week, where I share my favorite TV and movie recommendations and the latest updates and news. Before we get to that, I want to reach out to all my Walking Dead friends out there and say that Fear the Walking Dead premieres May 14th. This is the last season, 2 parts. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since we've had an episode. So I'm so excited and I can't wait. So we'll be discussing that toward the end of May. So look for those. But for now, I want to share these TV and movie recommendations with you. So please enjoy. I will see you on the other side. Hi, it's Diana, Screens in Focus, What to Watch This Week. Welcome to my live. I have 5 TV and movie recommendations for you. And I want to start off with an update before I get to the recommendations. The update is I had talked about Pretty Baby, Brooke Shields' documentary, and I wanted to add that I had told you there was 4 episodes in this documentary. So I went last week to go watch the rest of it, and I found out that there was only 2. So there are only 2 episodes to watch. It's really well done. I love seeing the update as to where she is now and what she has been through, the impact she has had. So please check that out. Okay, so let's get to the current TV and movie recommendations. The first one I have for you is Ghosted on Apple TV. And this is with Chris Evans and Ana de Armas. And it is a romantic comedy. It's action, adventure. It is a lot of fun. I saw this last Friday, and what it is they are out on a date, and after the date, he feels he's been ghosted. So he had given her an inhaler on their first date, and she had put it in her purse. Well, because he's very needy and she doesn't respond, he tracks her because he puts tracking devices on a lot of his things. So he tracks her and she's in another country. So what does he do? He hops on a plane and goes and finds her. Oh my gosh, it is a really fun ride. She ends up being a CIA operative and they think he is this legendary operative. And so they're after him. And it's just a really fun movie watching them in this action adventure. And you get to see Chris Evans in a different role. I haven't quite seen him like this. Also, we get some surprise cameos, which are quite fun. So check that out. It's on Apple TV. The other movie that I watched on Apple TV is called Tetris. And this is with Taron Egerton. And so my son had watched this and texted me and said, "Hey, Mom, I think you'll like this. You should check it out." So we decided to watch it as our Saturday night movie. Now, I did put it on, and the first 15, 20 minutes or so were just a little bit slow for me, but you know what? It needed to set it up. But what I really appreciated about this movie is that it is based on actual events, how Tetris began. And so I found that quite intriguing. So once you get past the setup, it becomes very good, great performances. We see how Taron plays Hank and goes to the Soviet Union to meet with the inventor, who is Alexei Pajitnov, if I've got it right. And he tries to get with him to bring this to the masses. But of course, it's the Soviet Union. So they have to deal with a lot of bureaucracy and spies and secret agents and people with money trying to buy off other people. And so it's very intense. It was really eye-opening, but it was also nice to see how Tetris began and everything that they had to go through. I thought it was really good storytelling also. They did it a little bit different, so I don't want to spoil anything, so check that out on Apple TV because it's really good. Okay, so the next thing I want to bring up is a Diane Sawyer special with Jeremy Renner. And this was a heart-wrenching and gut-wrenching, yet heartwarming in a way toward the end, this story. Because if you don't know, Jeremy Renner was in a snowplow accident on January 1st, 2023. And it was a harrowing experience, a terrible, terrible accident. He was trying to pull his nephew's car out of the snow, and he was able to do that. But because there's so much snow, this is up in the Nevada area, because there was so much snow, the snow plow was slipping. And so he was afraid because he couldn't see his nephew and he didn't want his nephew to get smashed. So he talks about this. I'm not going to tell you all the details, but he does talk about it. And he says it was a mistake he made because he didn't want his nephew to get harmed. And because of that mistake, he was ran over by this 14,000 pound machine, which I can't even believe that. But what ended up happening was the nephew ran and got these two neighbors. They came, they called 911. I think that the part that really got to me was that you can hear the 911 call and you can hear the voices of the people that are trying to help him. You can hear Jeremy Renner in the background just agonizing in pain this whole time that they are waiting for help to get there. And the reason help is taking just a little bit longer than maybe someplace else is it's because it's up in the snow and the roads are closed and it's hard to get through. But they finally do get him, to the hospital, the trauma unit. But it's just it's not that long. It's less than an hour, but it's such a story. It's such a story of survival. And I didn't know about his extended family and how close he is with them. He does have a daughter. He's so strong. He's so strong physically and mentally. And they credited him with how in good physical shape he is, because maybe another person would not have been able to survive this horrific accident. So I would recommend you to go check that out on Hulu. That is the Diane Sawyer special with Jeremy Renner. Okay, so I had talked about Beef to you on Netflix, which I really loved, with Steven Yeun and Ali Wong, because I'm a huge Steven Yeun fan. I watch everything he's in. Well, I don't know that much about Ali Wong. So I was curious and I saw a movie pop up, of course, on my Netflix that said, Always Be My Maybe. And it's a 2019 film. And she plays her and this other actor are childhood sweethearts that are reunited after 15 years. And it's about where they are now. And it's just a really sweet, funny, watchable movie. I just really enjoyed it. Also, Keanu Reeves is in this. He plays a hilarious part where he's playing himself as one of her dates that she's dating. And it's so funny. You have to watch this movie. Check it out if it's just for Keanu Reeves. Check it out if you like Ali Wong. It's just a great movie. I really enjoyed it. So I think you would enjoy something like this too if you like romantic comedies. So that is on Netflix. Okay, so after I watch this, you know how Netflix will recommend other TV shows and movies? Well, the other thing that was recommended was Ali Wong's stand-up. And she has 3 that are on Netflix. Well, I watched the latest one, which was in 2022. I think it's called Ali Wong, Dawn Wong. Now, I do want to tell you, I liked it. I was laughing and I was fine with it. But I just want to warn you, it is very, very raunchy. If you don't like raunchy comedy, then you may not want to tune into this. And if you don't, that's fine. Then check out her movie, Always Be My Maybe, or check out Beef or something else that she's in. But I did want to let you know, if you are okay with that kind of content, then you may enjoy this stand-up. The last thing I want to bring up, I know I said I had 5 recommendations, but I just wanted to bring up one last thing because I watched it last night. And it was the Carol Burnett 90th Laughter and Love, because she turned 90. And so she wanted this special. And so all these people that adore her, people that have starred with her on her show, come out to celebrate her. But above everything else, everything was nice. But above everything else, the best parts were seeing the skits that she was in with everybody else. They are so funny. They are still funny to this day. So I would recommend checking out this Carol Burnett special, or just go check out Carol Burnett skits on YouTube. Check out the dentist skit, the elephant skit, the Norman Desmond skit, the Mrs. Wiggins skit. There are so many, so funny. I love it because they can't contain themselves. They laugh, break up as they're filming this. So it's just great. It was great that they were able to celebrate her. And even though she's 90, she did sing just a tad She sounds amazing. And she's also going to be in a new show with Laura Dern, Kristen Wiig, and Allison Janney. So I think that's going to be fun to check out when that comes out. I think it's going to be on Apple TV. All right. So let me know your thoughts if you've watched any of these, because I would love to know. I hope you enjoy these things that I've recommended. I want to remind you to follow the link that's here, screensinfocus.com, and subscribe. Please subscribe. If you go to my website, you can find my blog there. You can find all my podcast episodes there. And I have a lot of recommendations on my blog, and you can subscribe. This will keep you updated on anything that's released, all the other content that Screens in Focus puts out. That's our show. Thanks for tuning in. I am grateful you tuned in, and I hope something that I said today resonated with you, gave you a chuckle, some happiness, some positivity, or inspiration. Please subscribe to screensinfocus.com and tell a friend. We would love more members of our TV club. I hope you have a fantastic week. We'll see you next time. Bye.